Dominic Raab is facing an investigation into his behaviour after 2 formal complaints were made against him. The Deputy Prime Minister has been accused of bullying officials, including allegations that he threw tomatoes from a salad across a room at staff. Now, Raab insists he's done nothing wrong, but Labour called for his resignation during Prime Minister's questions today, where he was standing in for the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak.
Mr. Speaker, let me get this straight. He has had to demand an investigation into himself because the Prime Minister is too weak to get a grip. Now the Prime Minister defends his deputy, whose behaviour has been described as abrasive, controlling and demeaning. The Deputy Prime Minister knows his behaviour was unacceptable. So what's he still doing here?
Well, Rishi Sunak says he has full confidence in Raab. I am so weary of all this infighting and the endless quest to make more people resign over things they've done, and the latest outrage is someone had a few cherry tomatoes flicked at them. I mean, seriously, guys, get over it. They're cherry tomatoes. I don't know, I just sense the civil service has become so wet. And look, you know, some bosses are difficult to work for. We've all had them. I remember newsrooms. I started my career in Scotland working in newsrooms in Glasgow. They were pretty tough places. I once watched an editor who was in a grump chuck a chair across a room. And nobody cried, nobody launched official complaints. We all just cracked on. I think it probably made us tougher. And that was that. And I just feel that the endless negativity around our politicians and our leaders and the continual efforts to get more people to resign is not good for politics, and it's not good for our country.
No, it does. It creates this sort of a team of people who are frightened to do anything, a team of people who are constantly trying to second-guess each other about what they can say and who they can say it to. And, I mean, I think there's also a bit of money to be made by some of these people claiming bullying, because as soon as you say the word bully, everybody sort of freaks out and goes, oh, my God, you know, HR have to come and sort this out because somebody's accused somebody else of bullying. I mean, he was actually criticised over the weekend for speaking to somebody curtly. And I mean, you know, is that an offence now to speak curtly to somebody?
I mean, no, he's probably, you know, doesn't have time to be nice to people. But actually, when I heard this story, I immediately thought to myself, nothing surprises me anymore, because standards in public life have fallen so much that we just kind of expect our politicians to be accused of bullying or this or that, and for people to leave their jobs and to have investigations into them, because standards of public life and standards of politicians, you accepted, have fallen so much that there's just
well,
Do you think they were ever that high?
What about Alistair Campbell's time?
Yeah.
I mean, he used to bully not only the people he worked with, but he used to bully people who were in the media. He used to bully everybody.
Yeah.
And Gordon Brown used to throw phones at people.
I'm not
so
saying
it hasn't got any worse recently.
I think it has got a bit worse recently.
I don't think it has at all. I think it's got probably considerably better, actually. I think that you can't get away, rightly, you can't get away with nearly as much as you used to be able to. People have mobile phones everywhere, so you're always at risk of being recorded.
I'm just deeply saddened by the fact there's such a lack of collegiate atmosphere, that people aren't clubbing together and getting things done. Obviously, we have a nation that's in chaos and catastrophe, and people
and
need
we're worrying about cherry tomatoes.
Exactly, and also, you know, in tough moments, people act irrationally and do things that maybe they regret. And actually, as you rightly say, in medicine, for example, I mean, the bullying that went on when I was training was extraordinary. You'd never tolerate it now. But at the same time, politicians have a job. It does, and politicians have a job to do, and I wish they'd do it.
It's a bit rich as well from Angela Rayner calling somebody else abrasive, isn't it?
Well, she's a force of nature.
Yeah, well, I mean, I quite like Angela Rayner, but I mean, you would call her abrasive. It's not a bad thing. But quite a good thing to be abrasive.
But she might not be abrasive in private.
She would only have 6 questions to ask in that format. What a shame that they were occupied by something so trivial.
There's a difference between being abrasive and being a bully, I think.
And also, only one of the 6 was about, and 2 of the 6 were about.
That's too many.